Dallas, Texas, and the Texas State Fair. And for the better part of a century, the Sooners and Longhorns have defined conferences, national titles, and how regions of the country are perceived based on the outcome of this game. When these two meet, everybody pays attention. Little gets the blood boiling, quite like a rivalry game. Barbs, shots, trash talk, things that go on throughout the week will now all be settled on this field. As we'll see the #1 team in the country, the Texas Longhorns, taking on another team from the SEC, the Oklahoma Sooners. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. And the Longhorns will boot it away to start the game. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So the Oklahoma Sooners offense will get the first crack at it here. Guys, this rivalry's a throwback. Aren't many left like this where the stadium's divided right down the middle.
So much tremendous history between these two teams. And David, it just always seems in this game, you throw out the stats, you throw out the standings, you throw out the records, and this is just a different energy when we see these teams play.
It's because you bring in the hatred. They don't like each other. The fan bases don't like each other. Texas, Oklahoma, it always means a lot.
There's no getting around the fact that they have really scuffled in the first half of SEC play, and now the task is to try to turn it around.
Well, and a lot of times it requires shifting your roles, and this is not how you wanted to start, but how can we win this week and take advantage of every opportunity we get, Jesse? So it hasn't been ideal, but there's still some talent, and you can still salvage some wins on the schedule.
Yeah, it's all about finishing the season strong, right? I think this team believes that in this last week, they were able to sort of reset their focus on doing exactly that. They believe they have the horses in the locker room to win games like this. This could be the momentum shift they need.
The give to the tailback. Defense closed down quickly after a gain of 3. They'll mark it at the 32. Play this game in the shadow of Big Tex. You can get a corny dog out there, play carnival games, and see one of the great rivalries in the sport, David.
It's crazy. You literally walk outside of the stadium, and there are thousands upon thousands of people. They don't even realize a football game's going on, Jesse. They're just having a good time.
You're right. It's part of what makes this game so special. The Red River rivalry, there's just so much fanfare. There's so much tradition. And remember, with bragging rights on the line, this thing just means more.
How bold will they be on 3rd down after that last run? From the gun, wants to pass. And he makes the catch inside the 25. Touchdown, Oklahoma! And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call. They can use this first score to sort of set the tone, guys, in this rivalry matchup.
Man, doesn't this feel good to come out, score early, get the crowd involved, get the nerves out of the way, Palmer, when you're playing in a big rivalry game.
Yeah, and I feel like momentum's always a big thing in any game, but in rivalry games, it's that much more important because everybody is going to feed off that first score now.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Fair catch, called for and made. The Longhorns offense will try to get something going with their first possession. And you want to talk about dudes who can bring the heat off the edge, David? Both of these teams have somebody that can do just that.
Man, so much fun. They get off the rock and they get in the backfield and get to quarterbacks. Make them feel uncomfortable, get them to the ground. These guys change the way offenses are playing the game.
These offensive coordinators better help out their quarterback. These guys need to be double-teamed with tight ends and running backs. You let these guys go one-on-one, you're asking to get sacked.
You guys know I love the history of this stuff. Texas is threatening to put together a run unlike any they've had since the 50s, David.
Texas has been dominating the series, and I can tell you this from college. We had some rivals that we played with that we lost to consistently. Coaches that week got so tight, so tense, it made a big difference, Palmer.
Well, I'll tell you, this winning streak by Texas has had a major impact on the football program, too. Of course, The fans bragging, Bebo's strutting. His coach's salaries, they've gone up because they've been able to win these games and dominate their rival Oklahoma time and time again.
Big third down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. Off the RPO, quick throw to the right. He's got first down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49.
And that's why for the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
Off play action on first down. Slings it downfield. He's got it. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds.
Love the individual effort by the wide receiver after the catch, making people miss, showing you the speed. Now he set up his offense down in the red zone.
The Longhorns are on the move. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. He makes the catch in the end zone. Touchdown, Texas!
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And he tacks on the extra point. They put together a 5-play, 75-yard drive. And they finish it up with a 15-yard scoring toss. All tied up and just about set to kick it away. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Bulldozes his way through. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Time for this Sooner offense to go back to work. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
And welcome to modern college football. That's what it is. Spread you out, find my playmakers, make quick decisions, and really put defenses in a difficult situation.
Grabbed behind the line, it's Wynn. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
They're trying to throw the screen out to the receiver. The defense, though, having none of that. They are just too physical, they're too fast, and they force a negative play.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. He'll pull it down and run. At the 35, he's loose. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
You honestly can't really do it better than that. You can't. I mean, that was designed to be a pass play. Give the defense credit. They get some pressure, but this guy's just too good. He just instinctively knows when he needs to scramble and get out of dodge. And at that point, he's making good decisions. If a guy's open, he's throwing it. But if it's not, he's not even hesitating. I'm going to go get what I can get a first down with my speed and athleticism. Let's keep this drive rolling.
Let's see what they've got on second down. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down. A great Oklahoma running attack will bring a tear to the Boomer Sooner Nation eye, thinking of guys like Billy Sims.
And where it all started was always the ground game and the toughness, and you never question that. In Oklahoma, they got to get to that. They got to be that. They got to live that if they really want to build on what they used to be and bring that tradition and build some of that tradition in the SEC.
And frankly, if that's a completion, it's not going to make the end of season highlight reel. But in this game, it could lead to a highlight reel type play. The offensive coordinator may be setting something big up for later in the game.
And he got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete.
Yeah, and a really good job by the defender, understanding the ball's coming. I got to break on it and go, and not try to intercept it and make a bad play. He swats it down and makes sure that's an incompletion.
Let's see if the defense comes after them. Third and short from the 45. He'll do it himself. They'll move the chains. Good execution on third down. They've got it at the 41.
This quarterback does an outstanding job in his preparation, watching film and understanding when he has to pull the ball on these types of run plays. Great job keying on the defender and quickly making the right decision to pull it and then go get north and get the first.
And after the tackle, we are headed to the end of the first quarter. While we're only through one, these quarterbacks have been lighting up their stat line. We've got a good one going here and looking forward to keep those vibes rolling here in the second. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Wide receiver coming across in motion. From the shotgun, the inside give. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Linebackers have such an amazing responsibility. Got to play run, got to play pass. How about this? Seeing the run aggressively, getting downhill, and getting in the backfield and making a tackle for a loss.
Already 2 for 2 on third down, but this time they'll need 9 to convert. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking for his man. Right on the money to the outside. He dragged the toe, and how about the ball placement? Only the receiver could get.
And a really good job by the quarterback being very decisive. He saw his matchup. He went for it. He attacked it. Got the positive gain. I would say he's going to find that guy a few more times today.
The Sooners will snap it on 1st and 10. Got the quick pass. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
Yeah, when you get that man coverage, most people are taught to have inside leverage. So that out route's there if your QB can put some air on it and throw it outside of the guy. But tight coverage, but a really nice throw on that out route.
On second down, looking again to throw. And he just threw that one away. Safe move, didn't see anything, lived to play another play. Guys, this rough start is hardly what they had in mind to start SEC play, and it's not going to get any easier.
Well, no doubt about it. There were big expectations surrounding this program inside SEC play this year, and things haven't necessarily gone their way. They've had to fight a ton of adversity, but David, they believe they have the leadership in the locker room to turn it around, but it's got to start today.
Yeah, one at a time. Like, we got to start today. We got to find something. We got to find what we're really good at, what we can hang our hat on, so we can start to build some momentum throughout the season. Obviously, not the start we wanted, but we got to point to the next opportunity.
Never a doubt. Right down the middle. And with that, they've taken the lead. After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go. And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well. Palmer, they executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were in a nice rhythm as well. And I'd love to see that here on the next drive, too. Just keep doing what you're doing. Everything seems to be working, and you seem to have this defense on their heels.
They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here. He's looking to throw. And the quarterback is snowed under.
That's a massive play by the defense. They were not fooled. 2nd and inches. They thought pass was a possibility. They get the sack, and now they force the offense in a 3rd and long situation.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. And the ball is caught. He's inside the 35. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Longhorn!
Yeah, coming into the game, you look at the stats, and you say top 10 offense in scoring, so they better be able to create what? Explosive explosive plays, another explosive plays. They've been doing it all year long. Those plays are backbreakers. Defenses just can't contain this offense.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Air Force is down, but they are not out of it. Not there in Colorado Springs, one of the more enjoyable places to watch a game in all of college football. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Hawaii. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Gentlemen?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Bunch formation for these receivers. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
And there's so much for a quarterback to think about. Stick it out in the belly. Do I pull it? Now when I pull it, I got to get my feet set, make an accurate throw to the right guy. So a lot of things going on. I think that you saw that led to a little bit of inaccuracy.
Oh, picked off. Bringing it back. Touchdown, Texas! The defense puts 6 on the board with a big-time interception return. The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, don't drop it. Then thought, don't get caught, don't get caught. And he did the pick 6.
Hey, these guys can play offense, too. Now, look at this. I showed you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play. But defense, great job making the interception. And you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. Here comes the Sooner offense back onto the field. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen, so you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You've got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
They really got things moving on this drive. Second play of the drive comes from the 37. Looking to move it through the air. Pocket starts to collapse. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss. And the incompletion brings up a 2nd down for this offense. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was knocked loose, and 3rd down is coming.
Well, this defense knew coming in they were going to see some RPO and they were going to see some quick game. And nice job there taking the throw away from the quarterback.
Being started out great on this drive, but then a couple of incompletions, and now it's 3rd and 10. They want to throw it. They're setting up the screen. They play that screen nicely. He tried to find his way to the marker, but it'll be 4th down. And the Sooners will line up to punt it away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Gets his first one of the day off. He was called on 4 times in last week's win. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. And David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop, Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
And the incompletion brings up a 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Gets away. And the sack all the way back at the 5.
As an offense, you've got to know it. This part of the field, deep in your own end, you have got to do a better job in pass pro if you're going to call a pass play at this juncture in the game. Not good enough.
Fires to the middle. Intercepted. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And that's such a great job of seeing the play, seeing it unfold, breaking on the football, making the interception, and you will absolutely never forget getting that first career INT, that big play, that big moment. They
move the tight end all over. They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Sooners! Well, just as you would expect, that didn't take very long.
It didn't, Reese. And you've got to make great field position count. When you've got opportunities, you got to pay it off. And the offense took advantage, scoring a touchdown. Didn't have far to go, but they got the points they needed.
And the point after is good. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Here comes the Texas offense. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after a pick.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the game. You got to go out. You got to call your plays, and I hope this coaching staff isn't going to be afraid to throw at this drive.
2nd down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. It's caught, and they wrap him up, but not before he gets enough on the catch for the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He wants to throw. He's got his man. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that 1st down. The completion short of the sticks, it's 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Makes the grab on the left. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down. And the Longhorns come to the line with a new set of downs. The aerial assault continues. He finds a dead spot in the middle. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on 1st down. A shot toward the end zone, and it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete. You go back over the history of this rivalry, and there have certainly been close games, but there have also been a large number of blowouts, and we had one last year for the Horns, David.
And I think as a Texas fan, you better understand that, because when you win big the year before, OU is going to come out with their hair on fire, Jesse, ready to make a statement.
When I think back to last year's game, the thing that impressed me so much about Texas was that they stepped up and brought their A game to the ballpark in the Red River rivalry, one of the biggest games of the year. Let's see who's going to step up in this one today.
He steps out of bounds, but he's got a 1st down on the play.
And it's tough on the defense there. 3rd down, you're in zone coverage. Everybody's watching the quarterback, and you're trying to make a break on the ball, but he just got it out of his hands too quickly, and the throw was too accurate. Really nothing you can do there, and it's now a fresh set of downs.
And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a 1st without scoring. On 2nd down, just keeps firing. Makes the catch. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be 1st and goal. The offense will have to use its 1st timeout of the half. The Longhorns line it up with a 1st and goal. They'll go with a direct snap. Touchdown, Longhorns! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And the running back was not going to be denied on that play. He had a hole, he saw it, he put his foot in the ground, and that was payment.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. The kick is up and good, and put one more on the lead. So a drive there of 84 yards, and they finish it off with the score from the 4. And here's the return. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Now the Oklahoma offense will go back to work. Now they're backed up here, Jesse. Wonder how aggressive they're willing to be.
I think it's going to come down to how much confidence they have in this quarterback and his decision-making, because you cannot throw an interception at this part of the field with this little time left.
And I think that's conversations you've had with the young fellow on the sideline. Be like, what are you comfortable with right here that we can run? Maybe stay aggressive, but make sure I don't make that mistake.
right back to the well. The Sooners will keep this drive going. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Thanks so much, guys, and I need not tell you, rivalry games always bring out a ton of emotion, and no surprise, we saw just that in the first half today. And we have to start this halftime breakdown by addressing the play of this elite wide receiver. This is clearly a young man who, once he's finished playing on Saturdays, he's going to be playing on Sundays. The kid has different gears. He has a knack for finding gaps in the defense. And I can't remember a college player with that kind of catch radius. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how this rivalry matchup plays out.
So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. Getting some heat. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. They'll give it to the back. Hard running there. Crosses the 30 to the 31 and a 6-yard pickup.
It's really frustrating when you get a guy in his spot. He's in the hole. He's there to do his job. And you can't get the guy on the ground. That's your job. Get him on the ground. You know, especially a guy that's not a huge back. You got to make that tackle. You can't make it easy on the offense when now they got a manageable situation.
Big third down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. Looking for a huge play. And he's got it inside the 35. Almost took it all the way there, but it's a huge gain, and they're set up with a 1st and goal.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the 1st.
They moved it forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. Quarterback will keep it. Touchdown, Texas! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead. And Bevo's really starting to snarl right now, and he'd love to rub the Schooner's face right in it, David.
Yeah, they got it cooking. The Longhorns are looking good. In this rivalry game, you got half the crowd in this burnt orange, Jesse, that is going bananas right now.
Boomer Sooners got the weapons, though, guys, on offense. You've got the horses on the outside to turn this thing into a track meet. I know you're down here, but you can change this game. It just takes one play.
And the return man has no place to run, no place to hide, and a place to be tackled. Guys, we'll get another look at this Oklahoma offense. Let's see what they have dialed up as this drive starts from the 29-yard line. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get 1st downs, and ultimately get some points.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Going to take a shot at this DB.
That's one thing about this defense. They've got some dudes in the back end that can cover, and they can hang with some of these intended targets. Nice job swatting that one away.
3rd down play from the gun. Didn't have much of a choice, just had to throw that one away. It'll be 4th down.
Well, they tried to catch the defense napping there, 3rd and short on their own side of the 50, and everyone's thinking run. They go past, but the defense wasn't fooled, so the QB's just got to throw that one away.
And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. And here come the Horns. They've got it again on offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, David.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Now here on 2nd down, see if they keep tossing it around. They go to the ground. Solid run, picks up 6 and gets it to the 28.
I like it. Just frustrate the defense. Give that 5 to 6 yards. Make them honor the run. Make them know know that you're willing to run the football and run it effectively.
They'll try to drive ahead on 3rd and short. Quick spin on the run. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36.
Well, as a defense, you know this is going to be a challenge every time you face this offense. They're one of the 25 best in the nation at getting first downs because they can pick them up in a variety of ways, including running the football. You have got to be physical when facing off against this offense.
And sometimes you see great shooters and they get on fire and they just can't miss. And that's what this QB looks like the last couple of weeks, man. Just completion percentage through the roof, running the offense at an elite level. You can tell in complete control of this offense.
The hand to the running back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And they won't make the connection going for the big play. The Longhorns decide to punt it away. Perhaps feeling that coverage coming, signals for the fair catch and makes it at the 25. The Sooner offense returns to the field. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drop.
And that pass picked off. Takes it the other way. And it's going to be a pick 6. Touchdown, Longhorns! What a play by this defense with the pick 6.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to do. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, we turn to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
He'll start the return inside his 5. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. Here come the Sooners ready to go on offense. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick 6, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick 6 and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
Just willed his way for a couple out to the 35.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Gonna run it. It's Vincent. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
3rd down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. Now improvising. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. The Sooners will bring the punt team onto the field. Bringing it back, it's Hall. And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. So now the Longhorns take over and they'll send out the offense. They had this thing in a hammerlock at halftime, and now they are really ratcheting up the pressure, David.
And I tell you what, this offense doesn't have to change a thing, Palmer. They've done what they wanted in the first half and starting off the second half in the same fashion.
And I like how they're letting different guys get involved, too. They've got so many different playmakers all over the field.
Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down. New set of downs after that completion. Running back searching for a hole. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team is being out-physicaled. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need all game long up front to have any success when they decide to run it.
Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. They'll go right back to him. At the 45 on his way. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down.
Those outside runs, if they can get the edge like they do, great job on the right guard, right tackle, getting the edge. And now what does this do? This makes cornerbacks come up and tackle. Safeties come up and tackle. As opposed to linebackers and big defensive players, you get your guy out in space where he can use his speed and his physicality against guys that usually cover and don't come up and make tackles.
And the Longhorns will have it 1st and 10. The give to the back. Brought down after a 5-yard gain down to the 7.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it.
He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. They'll try to power their way ahead. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And it's not a surprise who they gave the football to. When you get down in this area, they're going to call his name. The physical back, they're going to give him the football. They're going to use their identity of physicality and run game down here in the red zone.
Touchdown, Texas! And the stomping has commenced. They are finishing the deal, building the lead here in the 4th, and they are going to go to 7-0. Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
And the returner goes down. So Oklahoma has it again, and here comes the offense. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to...
And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7. He is a menace rushing the passer. Career sack number 20.
I mean, some people just have a knack for getting to the quarterback. What a great job throughout his career. Getting there, getting him down, getting pressures. He has been a quarterback's worst nightmare.
I was just going to say, David, you don't sleep well as a quarterback the night before you have to play against this guy because he is going to sack you. That is a guarantee. Death, taxes, and sacks for that guy. Got to give this defense credit, guys, because all game long they have forced their opponent to be one-dimensional. They haven't allowed anything to happen in the passing game. As a result, we're here in the 4th quarter. They barely allowed over 100 yards passing.
He tries to take the top off. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. And the Sooners line up to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. So from his own end zone, the punt is away. Running it back, it's Hall. Smashes him with the stiff arm. He'll be guided out of bounds, but not before a nifty return on that one. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. There have been few obstacles for this offense as they are starting to pull away here in the 2nd half, Jesse.
And this has been a dream game for this play caller, too, right? It's like anything that he's calling is working flawlessly.
Yeah, it's fun to be the offensive coordinator, but not the defensive coordinator. They have had no answers. It's been an absolutely miserable day trying to solve the riddle of this offense.
The Longhorns get enough to move the chains.
Fullbacks are very unselfish. One of the most unselfish positions you can find in football. They block 99% of the time. But when you can give them that rock, get a 1st down, those guys are really big. You know, they're really powerful. They usually fall forward. No nonsense, no jukes, just hit you in the mouth.
And maybe they want to try somewhere else because there is nothing doing in the middle of this defense. This offense has a 2nd down play. He'll ride his man on the option. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
They're trying to go option, and they're trying to put that defensive end in a bind, but he's just way too athletic, and he guessed right. The quarterback was keeping the ball. He knew it and was able to make the tackle in the backfield.
Defense is about seeing it and pulling the trigger. You can tell they pull the trigger so fast, get to the back, get him on the ground quickly.
Splits the uprights. Good. And that'll add 3 more to a lead that is already way out of hand. They're really starting to extend that lead as they get ready to kick it away again. Texas. On the run from inside his own 5.
All right, not ideal. Right, not ideal. You're an offense. You want to get a good kickoff return, but you're starting inside your own 10. Now come out, set the tone, get some high percentage completion. You might not go with that script you had because you thought you might have a little better field position, but you just get some few first downs, get that first down right now.
Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Now he's going to break the pocket. He's going to take off. Just a solid stop by this sophomore.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we see miracles in college football all of the time, and they could use one here. Offense gets set for 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Complete downfield. How about that effort to get it out across the 20? They'll mark it at the 21. It's a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll throw it on 1st down. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
And man, is that just indictment of the day. Your quarterback getting drilled late in the football game. This offense has sputtered. They haven't found any kind of good rhythm. They haven't done things that really gives your coach confidence and it makes you want to believe in them. This offense has a lot of work to do before their next football game.
That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
He's going up top here late in the game. What a spectacular grab there as they try to finish this game with a little something to feel good about.
Well, he was putting up big numbers coming into this one. We knew the quarterback was going to go his way early and often, and with that last catch, he's now got over 500 yards receiving on the year.
Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the 2nd half. It's 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Got it behind the line. It's Vincent. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a 1st down.
Nice job by the running back, catching the football and understanding where the 1st down marker was. I got to go get that 1st down. He did a nice job of it.
From the red zone, looking for a space. And the rush will get to him at the 25.
The defense puts the exclamation point on the day. They have had a wonderful day, man. Doing everything great. Just, you could tell they were dialed into what was going on. And now just throw another sack in the equation. Hitting the quarterback, being disruptive. They've been all over the field.
This game always brings out the best in both teams. But today, Jesse, Texas' best was a little better.
And this is a win for them that's going to help their recruiting. Coaches are going to get paid for. But most importantly, David, Texas gets bragging rights for another whole year.
A whole year of bragging. And a whole year of telling OU fans, you're not as good as